Hello, Jeff Foster, WebBiz Ideas. This tutorial is on influencing low-valued websites. Now, the main goal is to influence websites that are pretty much built to allow you to influence them. And then, of course, it's going to get a link or by submitting some sort of information or content to that website. So you'll need some resources as well as watched some prerequisites to finish this tutorial, so please do that before continuing on. But the basic three-step process that we're going to go over is opening up your PR template, choosing a site under the tab Low Valued Points, and then getting a link some way, somehow from that site. So these are the type of websites that you're going to be influencing. Again, keep in mind these websites are built for you to influence them. And so I built this graph to also show you where you should be spending the majority of your time as well. So there's many low-valued sites that you can go after, but the most important would be blogs, and in particular guest blogging. So see our past tutorials on how to find guest bloggers, and then watch this one to show you kind of the examples. And then also the niche article directories. We're not talking about eZine articles or article base, right? We're not talking before the Panda update when you could write one article and submit it 100 places. We're talking about creating one great article and finding a niche related website that allows you to contribute to it and publish your article there. And then also we're getting into other basics like forums, events, press releases, coupons, and others. So I'm going to go over some of the basics here, and then you can read our written tutorial or watch our PowerPoint for the rest of these. We have a lot of resources in there on how to submit to these places cost effectively, so please take a look at those. But I'm just going to go over the general idea of what we mean by what is a low valued site, why we're targeting these, and so forth. So to get started, again, step one was opening up your PR template. Right, this is going to be filled out because you've watched our other tutorials, but the bottom tab, low valued points, that's where we're at. So so step one was the blogs. So an example, if you're looking at ours, here's our blogs that we are targeting, and they all allow guest posting. So somewhere there is a login that allows us to contribute to the website. So let me show you an example of what I mean. Let's say I'm an attorney or a lawyer, and through my research of finding related websites, I found this site that talks about criminal defense. And they say, well, hey, I allow people, I allow my community, I allow my readers, I allow whoever to write quality information about criminal law, and now they can be a guest blogger, basically, a guest post on my website. So here's the topics that you need to talk about, and here are the benefits that's in it for you. Here it is. Oh, link drop opportunities. Right? Basically, mention your company, put a great anchor text. Hey, I'm a criminal defense lawyer in New York. That's what they're saying in return for you, writing for me. That's what I'll give you. I'm in the healthcare industry. Well, again, you can find related websites in the healthcare industry. Same thing. Write for us. Here are the benefits, right? I'm a home remodeler, I'm a plumber, I'm a, whatever. Here's bloggers, write for us. Here's the, what we're looking for. How-to articles on painting, roofing, flooring, electrician, right? If you're in any of those industries, you can find websites like this and constantly contribute to it. Right? And the list goes on. I'm in the cleaning business, I'm in the building maintenance business. Well, here's something on green. I do a lot on, green cleaning. I can write about that. I'm in the travel business. I'm a hotel. I'm going to target travel blogs that allow me to do this, right? And you can find literally hundreds of here. These are some I'm just targeting currently. Here's about 20. You can add 5, 10 of these on, every week. There's so many out there that says, well, I don't want to spend the money, to hire a team of 20 people to, write for my company, so I'm going to allow other people to do it. And so this is what we're talking about. These sites are lower valued. These are not CNNs of your industry, right? These aren't as popular, mainly because anyone can contribute to them, and a lot of people, like small businesses, take advantage of them and write articles right for the links, for the exposure. So sometimes they're not as quality, but doesn't mean that you can't create very quality information and post it to them, and that can be very popular, and your post can be very good. But either way, it's almost guaranteed. For us, it's, well, hey, every month I want to write one article at least for each of these websites, post it, and have links back to my site, links back to the articles or other stuff that I've written online, to YouTube videos, and I'm going to promote my company through them. And we mean low value, but it's almost easier to influence, right? They have logins. It's almost guaranteed that if I write something, submit it to them, they'll say, yep, Jeff, done. I'm going to publish this, and in return you get a link. So it's just a matter of math, right? How many links do I need to surpass my competitors? Now keep in mind, we're not submitting one article to 100 different places. We're submitting unique articles one at a time to different places. So this is Post Panda, Post Penguin. This will help. This is not submitting one to 100 different article sites or blogs. So guest posting can be a great way to do this. People have built their career on just guest posting. They've ranked #1 in Google by just guest posting. So you can combine this with all the other things that we're teaching you to have great success. So moving on, the next big section that we recommended you focusing on was article sites, but we mean niche article sites. So for example, lawyers.com, it's really a directory of lawyers, but they also distribute a lot of information about attorney and law. And so one thing they allow is that their community or their members or the people within the directory can also submit articles. And so here, right, Patrick Donovan, he wrote something or had someone write this for him, and now it got published here, and they allow you to link back to their website, right, Boston Criminal Attorney. And so again, a great way to get a lot of different links. So again, looking back at our PR template, imagine now if we had 20 blogs like this, we submit one a month. Now we have maybe 20 different article sites, just like this, and every month we submit one article, try to get one guest post. And really, in any industry that you're in, there's sites like this that are out there, very high quality, that allow you to do the articles. These posts might not be as quality as the homepage of lawyers.com, but at the same time, it builds up value. Remember our illustration of playing baseball? We don't need home runs to rank #1. We just consistently need to get on base. So find 5 places, 10 places, 20 places that allow you to contribute information like this, write fantastic posts, and do that every month. The next time we're really going to go over is forums. Hey, forums been around forever. Everyone knows you can get links there, but this is just kind of how I do it, and how you won't get kicked off forums, and how you can rank things #1 very, very fast. So obviously the goal is to rank your company's website #1, but you just can't come in forums and say, hey, I'm a Minneapolis SEO company, and link that to your website, because you'll get kicked off. So your main goal is to contribute to the forum, to be part of it, to help people out. And so 99% of the time, you're really not promoting your company, right? You're answering questions, you're providing advice to Google's policies, you're submitting links to other places, right? You're answering people's questions. And then every now and then, maybe you'll promote something that you've written. Hey, I just finished a video series called Search Engine Friendly Web Development. That doesn't link to our website, it links to a YouTube video. Hey, here's using Twitter to double your traffic. Here's a nice illustration or an infographic I created. At the same time, here's a video I created in the same subject. Again, it goes to YouTube. So my one suggestion on forums is, do not promote your company, but promote content that you've written, right? Because if people find your content in the search engines, it's just the same as finding you or your company. So a quick example of that would be, for example, on YouTube and obviously Google videos, same thing. If you search for, search engine friendly web development, hey, we have the first 1, 2, I don't know, here's 3 and 4, videos for that. So promoting things in forums like search engine friendly web development for your videos can be a very effective traffic building technique. Again, I would love our company to be #1 for search engine friendly web development, But at the same time, if I can create and rank a video number one, it's just the same. It's still promoting our company, and still people finding us and filling out a free quote form right for that. So use forums to your advantage, but don't promote you. Promote the content and information that you've written and published online, right? Hey, you just wrote an article for lawyers.com. Talk about that in the forum. You just got a guest post. Talk about that. Or when you're answering someone's questions and you want to refer to something, you don't need to always refer to your site. You can, but you could also refer to other things that you published online, and then it's 100% non-spammy. And then you can contribute, and then every now and then maybe promote something. So those are the kind of like the big ones I like to focus on. I'm just going to breeze through the rest. Maybe let's just use the PowerPoint for this, because you'll get the point pretty fast. Events, again, what we're looking to do is actually have an event that's going on and submit that online. There's so many places locally as well as industry related that allow you to submit events. So create an event. If you can't think of an event for your industry, go to meetup.com. You'll get some fantastic ideas, and then what you want to do is just plaster that everywhere online. You're in Houston, well, watch our other tutorials on finding related websites and start submitting your event to local newspapers online, to local event sites, all online. There's hundreds of them. If you're in specific industries, almost every publication that's niche related has something about events. Submit that to them and do it over and over and over again. You can create one event and obtain 50 different links for your website because you've plastered it online. And keep in mind too, we're building an event template that has all these events nationally as well as locally, so check back with us. We'll have that done pretty soon. The next that we suggest focusing on, again, not as much as guest blogging, article sites, or forums, but press releases. Everything that can be newsworthy or high quality newsworthy, you should be submitting this online to press release sites, right? Use something like PR Web, PR Newswire, onlineprnews.com, and get your company or your information or whatever you're submitting out there. You can click on this link too. Submit&Me has a list of free press release sites you can submit to, and they'll submit to it for like $25. But either way, you write a press release, it gets onto PR Web, it gets onto Google News, Yahoo News, and it can be a fantastic way to obtain a lot of different links. Again, here's just an example. I've quoted the article title for something here, and there's 3,900 results. Right? It was submitted through PR Web, but PR Web has a large network. There's links throughout everything of it, and so not only does it get on PR Web, but it gets on 3,900 different places. So again, these are lower valued. We're not saying these 3,900 are going to count, that much to helping you rank number one, but again, it all adds up, right? Go back to our PR template. We're targeting blogs, article directories, forums, event websites, classifieds, right? It goes on and on. So if we keep adding more and more of these lower valued, eventually, we're going to rank for a lot of different keywords. Another low valued, coupons. Again, create a coupon, submit it to 50, 100 different places online. Low valued links, but it works fantastic. Follow this link here. Again, our friends at Submit&Me will submit to 100 different places for $50. You can't beat it. You can't do it yourself, even cheaper. Right, they're going to take you, and again, we're starting to create also our own database. So click on here, and you'll be able to find these places if you wanted to submit yourself to them. We're also including sites like Groupon, Living Social. So check back there. Again, fantastic places to build links. Another one, videos. Again, very easy, been around forever. Create fantastic content on videos and submit that. And, again, our friends at Submit&Me will create $15. That's 25 different links depending on where you're submitting them to. Again, these are all low valued sites. You're not going to do this and rank number one for a keyword. At the same time, doing this every month, that's going to add up. And if they're really quality videos, you're going to build a reputation of followers, and it's going to add up. Other very low valued, or can be very high valued, but lower valued in the compared to the CNNs of your industry, can be organizations, but not necessarily the homepage of an organization, but just your link on one of those websites. So, right, you're a national, part of the National Home Builders Association, Plumber Association, whatever local association you're a part of, right? Find them, look at our other websites and our tutorials on how to do that, and submit your website to those organizations, right? You'll get a profile on that site. Again, it's a link. And some of these, can be very quality if you find the right place. Sponsorships. This is one of the easiest. It's been around forever. Don't need to, explain this that much. But again, use advanced search operating terms in our past tutorials. You'll find hundreds of places that you can sponsor. It's not buying a link. It's simply sponsoring something in return for having your logo or a link on their website. Hey, fantastic. Some of those organizations are pretty high valued. Portfolios can be another way to build lower valued links. Again, get creative. We're a design firm, so we have there's a little bit more out there for us. So, right, when we build a profile for our company, right, it's a little easier. Right, we can have all the websites that we've developed on one page on our design portfolio, and that makes sense. But if you're, let's say a home remodeler or a plumber, again, you can still create a portfolio. There's places online you can still have a portfolio of the work that you've done. If you're a chiropractor, you may say, well, I don't have a portfolio, but hey, maybe your portfolio of techniques that you do. So you need to get creative, and these are places that you can submit online. You can use our advanced search operating tutorials on how to find places like this. And so build and promote your portfolio. Use Flickr, right? Use Pinterest, whatever it is. Get your portfolio of whatever out online. Lower valued links, but they still add up. Another low valued but can be very high valued is job links. Sometimes these job sites just giving away, they're saying, please, submit something, we'll do anything, right? At the same time, you can be very creative. Let's say you're a chiropractor. There's, I would say, 50 of the top chiropractic, colleges in the United States. Well, find those sites, start doing the research, seeing if they can submit, a job, post to them. Most universities have some sort of classified section, alumni, whatever it is, opportunity for their students to get jobs. They want that, and you can submit to their site. Again, and it's just going to mention your company. Even if you don't really have a job, you can still submit it. You're looking for candidates, submit these places. I'm telling you, they're giving away places like this. So do your research, find those job sites within your industry, within your local, and every month, submit jobs to them. There's even places like JobScore that you can get one, submission, and it goes to 50 different places. So definitely take advantage of that as well. Again, this is an example of us using a service like that. Our last hire on a web prototype designer. Again, 4,500 different results. Again, lower valued, but those all add up, and it's plastering your company all over the web. So that's a tutorial on building and influencing low-valued websites and building links through this. Again, low-valued websites are easier to influence. Some of these are almost guaranteed. Some of these sites are simply built to say, yes, I want you to contribute to me. I want you to submit jobs to me. I want you to submit coupons to me. Please pay money to sponsor me, right? So some of these sites are very easy to influence, and if you use your PR template and stay organized, this can be a very, very easy way. Every month you're getting 100 links, 100 links, 100 links, and it adds up. All these base hits add up. They're not the CNNs, they're not the blowout editorials, but if you consistently do it, it's going to have great results for you.